Good morning and happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show. O'Don here, your traffic prognosticator in the traffic center. We welcome you to the big broadcast for a Friday, this Christmas Eve. We welcome you to the show. We're live on Facebook and Twitter here at 7:40. We'll go towards about 9 o'clock. Quite honestly, there's a couple of things that have just come up here in the last couple of minutes. But as far as volume is concerned, we're certainly way down. I mean, maybe the only volume we've got is really probably in the airport security TSA check line, right? That may be the only thing that we've kind of got going here on this Friday. So with that said, in about 5 minutes, we'll stick to the schedule still. I know I'm late and whatever, but it's just, wow. A lot of stuff going on, as everybody knows. So, first of all, how is the audio? I think I fixed the issue from yesterday. We're not on mute, so that's good. I set this microphone in the settings, so hopefully that stays. And how's the lip sync? Does it look like my voice and my mouth are moving at the same time? Alexandra, I saw a comment. You posted a comment before I even started the show. Thank you so much for the comment, but I'm just curious how you actually did that. I'm not sure. I'm still learning with all of this as well. So there we go. We are waiting for, again, the colder temperatures to arrive. And we are, again, it's going to be fairly, sorry about that. Fairly frigid. So let's take down the banner. Let's put up our sponsors here this morning. I am going over to see Ralph later on today to just catch up, chat with him for a little bit, see how things are going. I just got the updated hours. Let me put this in. The updated hours are till 4 o'clock now. 4 tomorrow. So he'll be open, I think it's from 11 to 4. That's our updated schedule for Ralph. So good. Let me open up the comments here because this is interesting. So I got a comment here. Alexandra, happy Friday. Sorry about the Jets. It was a tough game to watch. It was one of the worst football games that I've seen in a long time. And I think the Jets have been in a couple stinkers this year to this, and then the Patriot game too. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Zach Wilson is completely overwhelmed and completely over his head, and he should be completely out of the game, which he was. They brought in, gosh, I don't even know. He's the fourth string. I don't even remember what his name is, but he was providing some spark, at least a little gumption, and he's a big guy too. I mean, he's almost like I don't know. I mean, he can run. He just seems like that could be quasi answer. With that loss yesterday, I think their hopes of winning or getting into the wild card are pretty much slim to none. But there's still 2 games left. We'll see what happens. But you're going all the way out to Seattle for the game next week, and then you got to play Miami. Forget it. I mean, just oof. So tough game with the Jets. See, that this is interesting because the counter here said that there was 0. Had nobody watching, but Alexander, we know you're watching, and it finally just registered. Always had questions about that counter as far as how many people are actually watching on Facebook and YouTube. I think it's off. Alexander says audio is perfect. Yes, it is. Thank you. All right. Now see, now the counter just went back to 0 again. I know, Alexander, you're watching because you put up comments. Interesting. Okay. We will go to the maps now. I don't get that. I don't quite understand what okay, now it's back to 1. I'm missing that, quite honestly. I'm not quite sure exactly what the story is there. And that's Anna, buenos dias. Good morning to you. So now I should have 2, and now it only says 1. Interesting. Let's see here. Alexander says Aaron was at the game last night. He came home early. Yeah, he probably could have left at halftime. um, uh, Probably nobody left in that game by the time the third quarter came around. Anna, I emailed you earlier this morning with the holiday decoration. Yes, I got that. I do have that. And actually, as you say that, let's bring that in. Find it. Pictures in here. Ah, go. Oh, nice. Very nice. Nicely done, Anna, with the reindeer antlers and the red nose for Rudolph. Front of the Acura. Nice. Very, very nice. Cool. I like it. Where'd you get the antlers from? That's cool. I like that idea. Back here. Nicely done, Anna. Very nice. Now, again, we know we have two. We could have more for all I know, and the counter only tells me it's stuck at one. Weird. I don't know. The StreamYard is acting really funny. Because, like I said, before I even went live, I saw Alexander. I saw your comment. So was I live and I didn't even know it? I hadn't even started the show. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Because I used to put up, like waiting for the show. Like it would just say, hey, show is upcoming, that kind of thing. But anyway, all right. So let's get to the action here this morning. A couple of things. We're going to run down the highlights, and then we're going to go to the weather center. So we've got a downpour in 23 north of Patterson Hamburg Turnpike and West Milford. Everything is shut. 15. There's also a closure there. Southbound 15 just north of 94 in Lafayette. No cameras there. Let's go to New York. Take a look here. Right lane crash with injuries. Taconic southbound south of 31A. Taconic crash with injuries. Taconic northbound south of 37A. Down on the LI at the Van Wyck. Watch for a lane down there. New England Thruway. Pretty active in New York. North of Pelham Manor. Out by exit 15. 5 out on Long Island is shut at Beverly Road. Arizona, Brooklyn bound. Shut. Wow, 3 pages of incidents, really? Wow, look at this. Northbound at the Williams River Bridge, crashed in the FDR Drive. Connecticut, I think we got some action cooking as well. Northbound 95, 5 through 9, overturned tractor trailer 8 through 9. And the winds really haven't even begun to kick up. Although look at all these closures here. With wires down, trees down from the storm last night. Look at this. There must be 15 of them. Griswold, Woodbury, Simsbury, Ledyard, Haddam, East Hampton, North Haven, Brookfield, Wilton, Durham. Wow. All right. So let's do some weather. Get a handle on as far as what we're dealing with here now. So here's the headlines. Cloudy with some showers still around this morning. And now look, friends, in Central Jersey, I've got 54 degrees. I mean, this is crazy on December the 23rd. I think it's going to get more interesting even as we get into next weekend as well. You're going to be like, whoa, this is January 1st. Get to that in a minute. But actually feels like a spring morning almost outside. Actually open up the window to get some fresh air, and it definitely feels springish outside, as if it's going to start in the 50s and get up to the 70s or something. But we know that is not going to happen. Brutal cold arrives this afternoon. Dangerous cold by tonight. Coldest Christmas since at least 2000. Wow, 22 years. So that rain looks like it's going to shut off. We'll bring in the radar here in just a minute. We've got some showers still around, and the wind is going to start to kick up here, and probably by a little before lunchtime. It commutes, slippery conditions are possible, windy, and that's where things can get challenging. Hopefully, you know, let's just bring the radar in now. Here's the radar. This thing in motion. Looks like most of the precip is staying well off to the west. Looks like it's staying well off to the west, as you can see out through Harrisburg, Reading, Altoona, Pittsburgh, State College, getting shellacked with rain. Although it looks like it's just all rain because that I don't know where the cold front is on here now. This is where being a meteorologist will come in. I think it's kind of right in here, right in there. This cold front is kind of sweeping through. So I think as far as our precip is concerned, unless a little bit of little couple light showers here in Atlantic City, maybe pushing up towards the Trenton area. Along the Turnpike, or just north of that in towards Somerset County, 206. Again, the majority of the rain seems to be west of Allentown here, State College, Williamsport, Harrisburg. Getting just shellacked with the rain here at 7:52. So if we get this break, if this trails up to the north and this kind of clears out here, maybe this back edge here. But as this thing sweeps through, as this part of it, there as you can see, this part of it comes through, you know, um, that is the potential for the back edge of that system potentially bring in some snow. All right, so let's continue on now. Here it is. Last squall line of showers, that's ending with some snow, moves through mid morning into early afternoon. Yeah. No accumulation expected from any brief snow shower. That's good news. Moderate to major coastal flooding during the morning's high tide. Windy conditions continue through today. Power outages are still a threat. Temperatures plunge to the 20s this afternoon. Single digits and low teens tonight. Services don't have time to dry. Will freeze this afternoon. Watch for slippery spots. Right, especially overpasses and bridges. Yes, the cold air gets underneath and they freeze first. Freeze before the roads will. Now, look at the temperature gradient here. You can almost already beginning to see where it's starting to cool off a little bit. That back edge of that cold front slowly pushing some cooler air into South Jersey as it pushes the warmer air to the north and to the east. As you can see here, I mean, look at this. Central Park's going to go from 52. It's in less than 9 hours. It's going to drop about 30 degrees. 52 to 26, 52 to 30 in Islip, 44 to 28. So, yeah, 50 to 19 in Andover. Brutal. Dangerous cold wind chills tonight, as low as minus 10 in certain places. Really breezy, brutally cold for the weekend. Dangerously cold as well. So let's just give you that 7-day because we're here and let's do it. So for tomorrow, Christmas Eve, we don't even get out of the 20s, the teens really, 20 degrees. Sunday, still in the freezer, 25, 31 on Monday, 35 on Tuesday, and then it slowly warms up here. Look at this, 38 on Wednesday, 44 on Thursday, 48 on Friday. And that's what I was saying is that we're going to be, it's going to be interesting to even think that it is January the 1st. I think from some of the models that I've seen, it looks to me like it's going to be could be in the 50s next weekend. And it looks like we're going to get some more milder air for that first week of the new year. So this could be our a little reprieve from the cold spell that we're getting in the next 48 hours or so. So, yeah. Okay. Because excuse me, 7:55 is our time here. Let's go to our observation lists. As you can see, can't see because I haven't brought it in yet. There we go. Here's just some of the observations now. In Newark at 54, 54 in Shirley, 48 at Kennedy, 53 in Cedarville, 54 in Somerville. The other morning we had like 19. Go down to Cape May just to check the gradients here. As I said, it's like things are just slightly cooler south. 45 in Ocean City, 49 in Philly, 50 in Mount Holly, 46 at Dover Air Force Base. Let's go to Monticello. Let's see what that is at 46 degrees. That's crazy. 54 in Montgomery. Look at that. Poughkeepsie's at 57. You can see where that warm air is. It's really pushing far to the north. I mean, it's almost 60 degrees in Poughkeepsie at 7:53 in the morning. I mean, that's just unheard of. That is insane. Let's go to Connecticut now. See well into the lower 50s from New Haven to Bridgeport, White Plains. Take a look at what we've got going on to Montauk. Look at that. 57 degrees at Montauk Airport. Like I said, it feels like spring. 54 in Block Island, 55 in East Hampton. Amazing. It is the worst. Terrible. Fine local weather. 7. Uh, in Boston. Gotta have a temperature map. Weather.gov. The gov. Those are all your warnings and watches and fun stuff there. I mean, we got blizzard warnings in northern Iowa, uh, southern Wisconsin. Yeah, it's hard freeze warning all the way down through the deep south. A flood warning, wind chill advisory. Temperatures. It's all I want to see is temperatures. All I want to see is temperatures. I'm wasting too much time looking for temperatures. Okay, so here's the temps here. Daytime high for Friday, December 23rd. Shoot at 7 a.m. Look at this. I mean, it's 58, 57, almost 60 degrees in that little pocket. And you can see the sharp cutoff. I mean, look at this. Look at the sharp cutoff here. Okay, we got it. I mean, look at this little pocket of hot air that's just sitting over the Hudson Valley, Rockland, Orange County, Bronx, Manhattan, damn near 60 degrees here, all the way out through Long Island. Just this pocket of warm air here in the South Shore of Connecticut, right in there, looking at almost 60 degrees. Now look what's knocking on our door here. This is air temperature. This is crazy. Sharp cutoff here. It goes from 32 to 2. I mean, that is just wild. Absolutely wild stuff. It's all coming our way. I mean, look at the Midwest. Single digits. I mean, I think if you were to put all the high temperatures together here in the state of Illinois, probably wouldn't even equal what we've got here over Manhattan. Look at this. Look at the freezer we're in here. I mean, maybe what's saving this into the teens is that the water is warmer than the air temperature, so it's kind of radiating some heat or something. I don't know, but I mean, look at these temperatures: -10, -13. That's just insanity. 7, 4 in Jefferson City, Oklahoma, 21. Look at the forecast. The forecast maximum temperature highs. Look at this. It's get into the 30s all the way down through Brownsville, Texas. I mean, that's how cold it's going to get. That is insane. Wow. Okay. So, all right. So let's get off of weather. I just find that stuff fascinating that it can drop that quickly. All right. So let's get to the action here this morning. Again, we've got our issues here on 23 and 15. So our first stop will be to Route 23. Fortunately, there are no cameras here. It's just past Hamburg Turnpike. Which way was that going? That is going northbound. That's why that is shut. And then almost rubbernecking traffic coming into Germantown Road along 23 South out through Hamburg Turnpike. Okay, so watch for that. Got 15 all banged up here up to Lafayette in 94, although I don't really see much in the way of a delay. In southbound, probably just up this area here. If I remember correctly from being up this way a couple weeks ago, I think this is where 15 turns into the highway, coming into the highway right here at 94. So I think it's probably out by this Exxon station here, this area, at a Lakeland Bank, if it's still there. Delays. I'm hard pressed to say that that's closed. They may not. Again, that's since 5:38. That was almost 3 hours ago. That last populated with any kind of update. But you can see there's no one out here on the roads. 80, 17, 280. We're all in the clear this morning. We've got a little bit of traffic here on, what is this? 19 heading north of right Wilson. Dial that in. And where is Wilson? Used to be one at Wilson Avenue. Just can't see how all these cameras do not work. Ugh, aggravating. Let's see here. Turnpike Parkway, Central Jersey, we're good on 78, 22. I think western sections of the state probably going to get hit with colder weather. Start first off, we got 35 here. It looks like there's a crash at Lawrence Harbor out by Lawrence Parkway, heading north. Although there is a camera out that way. They were looking for it as well. Flashing light up in here. This is going north. Yeah. Camera is located here, right on this corner. So let's look. That would make sense just before Lawrence Parkway going north. So a little tied up both ways. Looks like a crash is coming in there. The other thing I want to do is now we got to look at weather flooding. Oofa! Here we go. This is it. That flooding. Okay. 35 both ways south of the Morgan Drawbridge and Old Bridge. Is that by the park? Some of this flooding could certainly be an issue with, the storm drains being clogged, as we continuously keep mentioning to friends. 40 both ways west of the AC Expressway. Everything is closed there in Egg Harbor. Flooding there would make sense from the back bays. Up. 147 both ways West New York Ave. One lane is shut there, North Wildwood. Wildwood is notorious for getting flooded, getting wiped out too. Yeah, that's like 147 is like one of the main drags to get into North Wildwood. 5 Mile Beach. Hi, everybody. I'm 5 Mile Beach. Okay, so we do have, a little bit of that flood to end with. Again, it's right up in this area too. This is partially, I think, this traffic here is because of the flooding at the Morgan Drawbridge, the Old Bridge waterfront area, and then we have that crash going north as well into Lawrence Parkway. I would imagine that 30. Well, we have cameras on 36 if they work. Who knows? They have. It's probably not going to work. Why would it? Anything work? First hearing of this. Mountain View A. There. You can see the wind kind of kicking up here, moving that camera around. I had to take a guess through Seabright. Again, this is notorious for flooding. There is some, there is some, flooding here along 36. Islands and Seabright. Let's come down here. Again, the rest of the state, we're fine. There's no one out here. Looks good. So let's go over to the city now and bring this into the conversation. I want to go to the state, the city cameras here. 8:10 is our time. We'll already dropped 2 degrees now. I think we hit our high for the day. Surprised there's a little bit of fog here towards Arizona as well. No, not really. Just some ugly looking gray clouds. Now, again, all this is going to just get swept right out of the way here in about 5, 6 hours. Really sanitize and dry the air. Bone dry, bone dry, bone dry. Let's see here now. Down Gowanus looks like maybe there's a crash there at the top of the world. I'll look for it here. Stay with it. Keep going. Nothing there. Keep going. Bet you the camera got stuck. Camera got stuck. Hmm. Right. Tunnel. Again. There's definitely something going on because here it is at the prospect and we're fine. So it's just above that. Um, DQing the trench, normal stuff to the Brooklyn Bridge. Williamsburg Bridge off to Lansing looks a little bit busy. Looks like the FDR Drive has been cleared of the crash. North on the drive, we're fairly heavy here from, you know, the upper 50s to 70 to the 70s or so. North on the Deegan, west side, east side is good. The Bronx, for the most part, is good, except for the Deegan south under the construction over by Yankee Stadium. Both ways into Third Avenue, north on the Bruckner extension up to the Hutch is busy. Upper East River crossings are good. Dial in that Bronx. North at Willis, but I don't, there's north for the eggs for the Triborough, but again, I don't see anything. Turns in that thing than a NASCAR racetrack. Oh, look at that. Look at that flooding. There we go. Now we're dialed in. That's something I don't, oh boy. That's a tough deal. This construction, that's 2 lanes there of the Deegan. That's scary stuff trying to go through that. This looks like this right lane is a little bit banged up with the water, but it's tough to see it from this side, to figure out exactly how deep that is. Hmm. Back to the incident pages here. Whoa, more flooding. Downtree the Turnpike, Pennsylvania, east of the toll plaza in Florence. There. Oh, look at that. God, that's pretty crazy. That tree limb, it almost looks like it's going through the truck, but you can see the I guess this is part of the tree that landed on the top of the, tractor trailer? Wow, that's a new one, I've never seen that before. Although, I don't know if there's any damage to the truck, but hmm, okay. Off of this now, because this is gonna chew up massive amounts of computing power. Wow, you wonder how that just happened. I mean, was he pulling maybe he was pulled over to the side in some capacity, I don't know. Wow, that's a new one. 9, that looks like. I'm sure this camera doesn't work. Of course not. Why would that work? Any of these cameras work. Okay. So we want to go to New York now with flooding. This list is going to be extensive. Weather related, tandem tractor trailers will be banned because of the winds. Plowing and salting at the Rip Van Winkle. See if they get this dry period now. If we can continue to keep the roads relatively dry, I think this is a good thing because I think that we can uh, crews can get out there. I'm saying anything, but yeah, um, DOT crews can start to put some salt down and so forth on some of the exit ramps, entrance ramps, and so forth. Now that probably more than likely the precip is shut off. So there's the Deegan that you saw there up by Depot Plaza flooding. Bunch of downed trees here. 116. Jackie Robinson, eastbound exit ramp at Myrtle Ave with a downed tree there. Um, go to weather. Let me go. Let me take a look at that Jackie Rob, the J Rob. Ramp there is saying they're saying it's shut. Let's come off of that. Crash. The overturned tractor trailer. What am I thinking? Dial out. Gotta go 8 through 9. Oof. Look at that. Here we go. Look at that. Hopefully no one's seriously injured in that crash. Wow, that's a big wreck. Big wreck. Connecticut, that would have been something we would have broken in for. If the right way, yeah, we would have run with it. Wow, look at that. That's northbound in Stamford at 8. 8 and 9. See our delays get all the way back through 5. No, 4, really. No, 5. Between 5 through 8, with just the left lane open. Refresh a little bit faster. I should put full motion video on. Saw some of those cameras from around the country, you know. Um, Connor, good morning. Good morning, sir. We saw some of those other cameras from around the country that were full motion video, like HD and that's northbound 95 in Stamford at 8. Probably going to be a while there before that gets cleared up. Um, all right. So, well, let's put that on the map for you as well. Oh, and there's the New England Thruway. It's amazing when you start moving the maps around what you end up finding. Okay, so there's the crash there just before 14. Only the left lane gets by. One ugly, ugly camera. Looks like VHS tape from 99 or 2000. All right, so there's the camera there. That's for this 95 crash in New Rochelle. As you come into the hutch at exit 14, so you need to watch for that. Loretta says, "Happy holidays to all your viewers." Yes, happy holidays. Happy holidays. Yep. What are some of the plans there for folks in the chat room? Let me know. We'll put it on. So again, there's the New England Thruway coming up to the hutch. Crash being cleared, and there are the delays on 95 into that overturned tractor trailer by 8. You can see there. They still get travel times. Yeah. 5. We want to go north. Yeah, from state line, exit 15. Usually would take you 17 minutes, well over 2 hours. That's how bad that is. Down to 8 miles per hour. Wow. That's that's pretty ugly. That is pretty ugly. Wow. So the hits continue no matter whether it's oops. Back up. Well, see, Long Island for the most part is good. We do have some issues. Let me just bring this in. Island. Rest in the southern east. Merrick Avenue flooding in Meadowbrook South in M9, M8, M9. Hotel flooding. Ocean Parkway, all lanes closed. Thought was gonna likely happen. There's the southbound Meadowbrook here at Merrick Road. That's why Merrick Road is all banged up because of the closure here. So it's further to the south. Meadowbrook, that's where we're seeing our flooding. out the Loop Park drawbridge. Spotty flooding there. Right there. Beach. Lookout looks like. Okay. So it's probably right in this area here. We've got some of this back bay flooding effect. Really, the biggest issue is right there with the closure getting into Merrick Road. That's where it's closed at Merrick Road. Highway looks a little busy here. Babylon looks like there may be a crash at 109. I don't think cameras there. I don't see anything. Maps. Up a bit. Suffolk County is good, even out to the Hamptons, all the way through Montauk Point. We're fine. Whoa, hey. Let's do first off, let's do this. I want to bring this in really quickly. So we just want to say a big happy birthday to Darlie. Darlie had a big birthday. She posted a bunch of stuff on Instagram. I think we can check that out later. Um, Please follow her on social media, onto Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. She was out partying at dance, jazz, swing dancing club of some type for her birthday. Rooftop bar. Can't really see it because I got the picture in the way. There we go. Rooftop bar there, swing dancing. Looks like fun. Yes, please. Definitely. Open air rooftop in Chelsea. Probably somewhere. Wow, looks like she was having fun. So happy birthday, Darlie. There we go. The big birthday girl. All right. Happy birthday. Okay, so we are going to go now to our weather here from Johnny. Let's just go back to our maps. Want to dial in the headlines here this morning. So cloudy, still with some showers hanging around. I think for the most part that it's kind of shutting off here now. This again, since John is not with us here this morning. Maybe a few showers hanging around over now. Looks like Toms River, Monmouth County, Edison, Elizabeth. Like we're starting to push a couple of brief showers through. Well, let's see. Let's populate. Yeah, starting to kind of fill in the spaces here. A lot more out in eastern Pennsylvania, Allentown, Reading, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Hershey, State College, Williamsport, Hazleton, all kind of sweeping up to the north and to the east, kind of dialing in here. So we may get clipped with this section of precip, but I think this is the cold front line right in here. Look, a deep trough right in there, if you want to call it that, just kind of digging in. Spins itself out of the way, and all this cold, dry air is filtering in. So I think the temperatures are going to drop further to the south and then work their way to the north. Progression of all of this. Um, Under Buffalo, we're getting hit with travel cameras here. Uh, Bring that in. Port Charles. Doing. Oof. That's ugly in Dunkirk. Wow. Shellacked. Ripley. Wow, look at that. Ripley, New York. Ripley, believe it or not. Westfield, New York. Lots and lots of snow. Downtown Buffalo looks like. Ooh. Kind of rainy. Still kind of a mess. The cold air is kind of really populated. Again, you can almost see where that, cold front is set up, digging the still warmer air up in here. Because this is probably all the cameras I picked, that one's going to be looking out at the. The 8 in Otago. How can I consistently click on cameras that don't work? Sense. Question. Watertown looks like. Terrible. Bad at all. Spring. Now I'm down to 51 degrees. Okay, let's go back. I digressed. I'm way off the path here. So let's get back to the forecast. A brutal cold arrives this afternoon, and it could be the coldest Christmas since at least 2000. Again, these showers still maybe hanging around till about lunchtime, and it's probably, 1, 2 o'clock that the temperature is going to start to take a nosedive. The morning commute, we've got red lights there. Be careful. Definitely could be slippery, and absolutely this evening, if we get any kind of a flash freeze of some type, um, that could be major problems here on this big getaway day. So be careful. Even just getting out to your vehicle could be a bit of an issue. Again, we've got 4, 5, and 6 located there in the red column to be careful. Now, again, if this precip completely shuts off for the most part in the next hour or two, that may give some of the crews in the tri-state some time to put some salt and sand down to give you some traction, as these temperatures just crater. So the last squall line of showers potentially could end up with some flurries. Moves through mid-morning to the early afternoon. No accumulation is expected. Moderate to major coastal flooding. We've seen some flooding there through parts of New Jersey and Long Island. Windy conditions continue through today. Power outages still a threat. Temperatures plunge to the 20s this afternoon, single digits, low teens tonight. Surfaces don't have time to dry, will freeze this afternoon. And watch for slippery spots, especially those bridges and overpasses. So you can see the temperature changes here um, from, the mid 50s to 26 in Central Park and 30 by 4 o'clock and 19 in Andover. Is going to drop almost 31 degrees in 9 hours. That's insane. Dangerous cold wind chills as low as minus 10 in certain places, but these are the air temperatures now. At 11, 8 degrees for Freehold, 9 in Trenton, 11 in Islip, and 14 in Cape May. Breezy, dangerously cold for the Christmas holiday weekend. Then after that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, everything is clear. Again, there's really no weather as far as any precip or anything coming through for the next 5 days. As you can see in the 7-day, again, 24 Christmas Eve, 25 on Christmas Day, 31 for Monday, 35 Tuesday. We slowly moderate out of the freezer Tuesday and Wednesday, 44 on Thursday, Friday on 48, and even some of the longer models that I've seen gets us into the mid 50s or so by New Year's Day. So you're going to forget about the 11 degrees or the single digits tonight and tomorrow night fairly quickly. So I don't think anybody's going to be freezing on New Year's Eve next Saturday. So we shall see. All right. So, John, thank you, sir, for the forecast, my friend. Always a pleasure. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you and your family. We will see John back here on Wednesday. We'll see if I come on Monday. I'm not sure. I just don't think there's going to be much traffic to talk about. So, so we'll see. Bring back our maps. And yeah, so let's do our sponsors now. Get it out of the way here for us. Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, 22 North Avenue West in historic Cranford, New Jersey. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery.com is the website. Head over to see Ralph. Again, he's going to be open here now until from 11 to, he'll be open until 9 o'clock this evening or 10 o'clock this evening, and then 11 to 4 tomorrow. And then that's it for Ralph and the Vanilla Bean Creamery. Shut the lights out until March. He heads down to Florida for spring training, figuring out how to get the scoop, curveball on the scoop for the ice cream and some other different ideas and flavors. Gives him a chance to restart, recharge, because Ralph does, he's been doing 7 days a week since basically May. So yeah. So Ralph deserves absolutely well-earned, well-deserved break for Ralph there at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. Again, if you're going to head out, call, because the flavors are slowly winding themselves down. Call to find out whether your favorite flavor is in stock, and you can certainly a great time to go over and stock up on some of the great ice cream sandwiches, as well as some pre-packed pints or quarts of ice cream. They're hand-packed. You can see the wonderful ice cream cakes as well. You can kind of keep a little flavor of the summer, right, with you through the winter. Again, it's not going to go bad. Just stick it in your freezer. That's all. Ice cream sandwiches are great at any time. Just dial those in and fire them up for the winter season. Head over to, again, see Ralph. And I would call if you're looking for a specific flavor, I should say. Now, this is going to be on the background here of the DOT, but there's the cupcakes, another crowd favorite. There's your ice cream cones. There's the Dole Whip, the raspberry and pineapple whip. So once again, head over to Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. 22 North Avenue West in historic Cranford, New Jersey, right across from the Raritan Valley line of the New Jersey Transit's Raritan Valley line. The Cranford station. Just walk right across the street, pick up some great ice cream, and be on your way. For Vanilla Bean Creamery.com is the website. We thank Ralph so much this year for being a part of the Tri-State Traffic Show, this first year of the Tri-State Traffic Show. He's been at all 143 episodes. We'll have to give him an IMDb credit. There he is with our good friend Justin or whatever, who's doing amazing work up there in Boston. But there's Ralph on the left. And we say a happy holidays to Ralph and his family. Happy New Year. Like I said, I'm going to go over and see Ralph for a few minutes here later today, just to say hello, catch up for a few minutes. I'm sure he's going to be busy kind of winding down the stock at the shop. But again, thank you so much for being our first sponsor. Again, in all 143 episodes of the Tri-State Traffic Show. One of our newer sponsors is the Shaved Cave, 1471 Raritan Road in Clark, not too far there from the Bean Creamery, 908-325-6283. Go talk to my guy, Omar, Alex. He's the owner, proprietor of the Shaved Cave, in business since 2020 for the last 2 years. It's a classic barber shop with a modern flair to it. They have the TVs there with the games on. They watch the NBA, NFL games, you name it. They were doing the World Cup just a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, head over there for a great haircut. Some great conversation with the fellas. Hot towel shaves. They do it all. So for your manly grooming needs, head over to the Shaved Cave, 1471 Raritan Road in Clark, New Jersey, 908-325-6283. And again, talk to my guy, Omar or Alex or any of the fine fellas there. They'll take care of you. Maybe pick up a gift card there for somebody. If you can get over there before Christmas on Sunday, it'd be great. If not, head over next week and grab a gift card for the New Year's. Start 2023 with a fresh start and a fresh look, right? Fresh outlook. 2022 is over. Clear out all that negative energy, and we start fresh. So there it is, Shave Cave, 1471 Raritan Road in Clark. I have to bring in our friend from Maxim Motors, LLC.com, Maxim Motors, LLC.com. For an affordable vehicle, quality used vehicle, head over to Maxim Motor Cars, 973-620-9060, 303 West Clinton Street, which is actually Route 15 in Dover, New Jersey, in Morris County, conveniently located off of Route 80 and Route 46. Maxim Motor Cars, looking for a quality used vehicle. Again, he has just a small inventory here, about 5-6 cars now. He sold a couple, but some of the vehicles have a little bit higher mileage on them. But again, they're quality vehicles that looking for point A to point B type vehicle, station cars, they used to call it back in the day. Not everyone certainly can afford, the average MSRP of a new car is well over 40 grand. So, these cars are, 5,500. I mean, some have maybe some minor damage to them, but it's been repaired. The Subaru Forester, 113,000 miles or 12,900. Again, these Subarus, you can't wipe these things out. These things are almost like bulletproof. These Subarus, they're crazy. And there's a Honda S2000. That's a fairly kind of a rare car to a degree. So if you're a collector of vehicles, and I know a lot of folks love that S2000 Roadster. Pushing almost 18 years now. 24,900. Again, definitely affordable here across the board. But talk to friend Nick and his father Anthony. Maxim Motor Cars, 973-620-9060. And head to the website, Maxim Motor Cars, LLC.com. All right. And certainly last but not least, our good friend, the birthday girl, Travels with Darley. Follow her programs and her travels across the world on PBS Great, Amazon Prime, Wonder Motivation TV's Journey. Go to darley-newman.com for more information. As I mentioned earlier, follow her on social media. She is posting multiple times during the day. on Instagram with reels and pictures and all kinds of fun stuff. So definitely give her a follow there on Instagram. Once again, for Travels with Darley, wonderful travel program, as I said. And really, you get that her whole theme is all about being local, about finding a local to take you around, kind of local tour guide, show you all the best places to eat, to drink, um, do some adventure, hiking, biking, horseback riding, helling, all kinds of fun stuff, camping, hot air ballooning, as you see it there in Santa Fe. So, again, she covers the gamut as far as adventure, kayaking, and jumping off of buildings. And I don't know whether she's done parachute jumping or any of that kind of fun stuff, but she documents it all in her wonderful program, Travels with Darley. Also get definitely a history lesson as far as each of the destinations are concerned. So definitely give it a watch. You'll be hooked, as I am here. Travels with Darley, going to the 10th season, as I mentioned earlier in the week. Hopefully, sometime next month, we'll do a sit down interview with Darley. So if you have any questions that you want me to ask Darley, send them over to tri-state-traffic-show at gmail.com. Again, tri-state-traffic-show at gmail.com. And hopefully sometime in the middle of January, we'll do that interview, because I'm sure she'll be on a bit of a promotional tour as well for the 10th season of Travels with Darley. That is going to be beginning to air in January. When we have those dates, I will certainly pass them along to you as I get them. And, all watch together. Again, Travels with Darley. Darley-Newman.com is the website. Okay, so thank you so much, Darley, once again. Been with us almost since the beginning, but really appreciate all your support for the Tri-State Traffic Show, and allowing me to, let us promote your program on ours. So again, I think it's been great, and we look great to 2023. Although we'll be back on before the new year anyway. So, but I just wanted to say thank you, and again, a big happy birthday to Darley. Right. So let's do this now. Let's come off of back to our maps now. We'll kind of get ready to wrap it up here in about 10 minutes. Again, it's obviously, other than the couple outlier situations where we're seeing the accidents. Go to the comments section. Come on. Connor says, good thing I'm home today since weather conditions are slippery. Yes. He says, I didn't have a chance to go to Vanilla yet. Maybe I can see if I can go around March. Okay, good. Yeah. And again, when I talk to Ralph, when we come back with the show next week, I'll try to get a little dial in a little closer to maybe when he's coming back again. I don't know. He doesn't really have a set time or so, but it's the last couple of years, it's been that first end of February, first week of March or so. Sometimes I think a couple of years he may have just opened just some limited hours just so he can get back into the swing of things after about 6, 7, 8 weeks off. Again, it takes a few days to make some of the ice cream, and usually when he does start, um, obviously when he does start, he just starts with just a couple of flavors, doesn't put the full lineup in. Let's see. Anna says, at Connor, definitely worth the trip. Absolutely. I don't know if you can maybe head up there today and grab some ice cream for the winter season. Probably maybe half hour from you in central Jersey there. All right. So we've got some issues here on 1-9 getting up to the Skyway and truck routes 1-9. We've got a crash being reported there, but everything else is quiet except for the 23 closure here, heading north of Hamburg Turnpike. And this is kind of where Hamburg Turnpike comes into the conversation a second or a third time off of 23. But Again, that's coming up to Hamburg Turnpike, going north and Kinnelon with that down utility pole that is out there. Anna says, wishing all of you a very hot, I can't even talk straight. Wishing all of you a very happy holiday season. Yes, Anna, happy holidays to you. Hopefully, you'll be with us before the new year, but if not, happy new year to you and your family. Thanks for all the interaction and all the wonderful pictures that you've sent over this year. And Connor says, you too, Anna. So thank your daughter as well. Wonderful pictures with her at the Vanilla Bean Creamery, and appreciate all your support from day one. You know, you and Alexandra were the first two, and have stuck with the show for 143 episodes. So it means the world to me that you are uh, have been with me since the beginning, and hopefully we can maybe try to grow the channel next year. Just trying to fit all of this in, and we got to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark in order to maybe start making some money on the channel, because I'm not making a dime off this right now. But that's why hopefully we can push it forward to get some more subscribers. I'm just trying to figure out how to do that. I'm not as versed in this social media stuff as I should be, but if there's some way, I just don't know. And if any of you know, certainly email me, and if you have any suggestions as far as you know uh to kind of keep growing the channel and getting some more subscribers and so forth. But see, I like the looseness of this. I like not being put into a corner and saying, "Oh, you got, I want to do 2 minutes of this," but I like the idea of just having a fluid conversation for 2 hours or an hour and a half, really. But just have people kind of dip in and dip out at certain points. But this the subscriber numbers is what we need to try to see if we can get those numbers up. I mean, sometimes it takes years in order to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark, but we'll see. We'll give it a try. Again, I'm going for 200 subscribers and 200 episodes, so we've got what 57 more episodes left. That'll probably take us well into March, give or take, depending on the schedule. We're doing 3 shows a week because Mondays and Tuesdays are down. But Connor says, you too, Anna. Yep. So let's go back to the hit here on the New England Thruway, which is really screwing things up into the hutch. Out by exit 14. That's about a 5-6 minute delay there. Here along line A. Oh, A, the Henry Hudson. Down tree or something. Pavement, what pavement, what pavement. Tractor trailer ban. On the Deegan, we know about that. Outbound Gowanus at 38th. We got a crash there. Cameras here on this Henry Hudson. I don't think there are, but stop. Here we go. This is interesting. Henry Hudson at 232. Looks like it's shut. No, looks like they're just reopening it now. Maybe there's some flooding in that area. Don't know which way is what. What's south, what's north. Yeah, you're absolutely seeing this first. Absolutely seeing this first here, friends. It's video. Well, maybe they didn't reopen it. Maybe they're just sending the DOT vehicles down to check the scene out. That is definitely shut at 232. Question about that. Hmm. Yeah, right at 232. There'll be an overpass here of some type. I wouldn't be surprised it's underneath this is what's flooded. Traffic camera is more than likely on top of this overpass, which it is. It's right there. We're looking this way. No, hey now, hey now, hey now. We're looking to the south in this view. That's going south. This is going north. Let's see. Connor says, honestly, I found your channel by you mentioning it during our annual JAG meeting. Yep, I did do that. And Alexander says, wishing everyone a happy and healthy holiday season. Yes, you too, Alexander. And again, thank you so much for being one of you and Anna are the first two and longest subscribers of the channel. I don't know which one of you subscribed first or second. I wonder if I can go back and look at that. But thank you for all your support, all the wonderful pictures. You and Aaron have been extremely generous in your support of the channel and myself. So it means the world to me as well. Same thing with Anna and your daughter. So again, thank you so much for helping us continue our quest here on this little channel. But again, thank you so much. And I'm sure we'll definitely we're going to have shows next week. So we will save the Happy New Year's until then, but definitely have a wonderful Christmas weekend. So yeah, so that's what you're looking live at there. This is north on the left. I gather it was yeah. This got to be some flooding there. The other big issue is here on 95 in Stamford. Dial that in. I wonder if the computer's running like right now. 95 is closed at exit 8. At exit 8 here with this crash still being cleared. So again, 95 north, North Elm Street, right around exit 8, is completely shut with this overturned tractor trailer. It looks like they're trying to get it back up onto its wheels with a heavy duty wrecker, but that is now shut, closed. Connor says, Don, better get a new PC soon. It seems it's about to fail soon. Yeah, I'm at this point. I think I'm just gonna wait to the new year, which is just next week. We'll see. Maybe there's some sales after the new year. I think I may just get anything that's better than this 10-year-old Mac. But this thing still, if I wasn't doing all of this video and all this other stuff, I mean, it's still a viable computer, which I'm still keeping. I'm not going to get rid of this in any capacity. I think I'm just going to add this computer to my home theater because it has an HDMI out, wireless keyboard, and so forth, and just on the 65-inch TV. But because any kind of editing stuff I can do studio. So the travel times, that's where we're going. I'd say we're probably going to put that travel time in about the 140-minute category, give or take. $194 now. What is that, 3 hours? It's 3 hours to go from the state line up to Route 7. 3 hours to get this. Now, again, if it was not on the Friday before Christmas Eve, If this were, let's say, I don't even know when, September or something like that, you would have seen the Hutch. I mean, you would have seen the Hutch into the Merritt just jacked, Route 1 completely tuned up, which is getting busy now through Stanford to begin with. Let's not sugarcoat that. Um, and you would have seen the southbound rubbernecking delay all the way back into Bridgeport. So, you know, tiny bit of a silver lining in that. But again, it's a getaway. I look, to be honest with you, I think that crash is going to be, I think this will be out of the way here, I would imagine, in the next half hour or more. I don't think this is going to remain out there the rest of the morning unless there's an investigation of some type, but I just don't know. Because obviously, folks traveling for the holiday driving on 95, I mean, you know, you're going to have to go for the hutch if you're in a passenger vehicle. No trucks on that Merit, please. Real quick at King Street. Gonna get too far. So yeah, so that's really the top story there is 95 closed in Stanford going north at 8. The other closure here because of flooding is going to be southbound on the Meadowbrook at M9, M10. Right at Merrick Road. M9. What's good about Long Island is they put, which direction you're traveling, M9 west, M9 east onto Merrick Road because there's flooding down in here. This stretch out to Loop Parkway. Let's see. Rest of Long Island, Suffolk County is good. Dial in this. Okay. Outbound heads away. I don't see anything there. Whatever it was, I think was gone. I think that we did see a report of a wreck. Greg Rice says that's a wreck. Uh, this is that Bay 8th Street eastbound is on the left. Boy, that's a lot of abnormally heavy traffic. I wonder if there's some standing water out through Cropsey. Worst camera on the planet. Parkway is equally as bad. It's a fairly heavy ride. I don't. Let's dare I say that out through Plum Beach, maybe there's some flooding, but see anything? Alexandra says I'm holding off on buying a new laptop as well. Yeah, I think we'll wait till again. We waited this long. Wait till after the new year. I wish the M2 Mac Mini would just release it because that's probably more than likely what direction I would go with for what I'm doing. Um, there's your delays there, but for the most part, rest of it is fairly consistently quiet. East along 8 looks a little banged up. Let's see, 295, all lanes are open in Greenwich. Turnpike entering at 13. Toll lane is blocked. Emergency construction on St. George's Avenue at Turnpike. Let's see if they move that camera at the toll plaza. They did. Okay. The bus was involved as well. And then 23 north, down north of Patterson Hamburg Turnpike and West Milford, all lanes are closed. Let's see. You know what we haven't done? I apologize that we haven't looked at transit all morning long. Wow, that's so dialed out here. And now, of course, everything has to go down rain. Transit rail service in and out of Hoboken, subject to 30 minutes for high water conditions. Travel advisory today for expected weather conditions. Interesting. Wonder if Path has the same deal at Hoboken. Aren't you glad, Alexander? I have a feeling. Are you home? I think you are. Uh, are home. As of 8:30, Nordic World Trade, Hoboken World Trade, General Square 33rd, Hoboken 30 are currently running on or close. Expects to operate normal service at the morning commute. Issue updates as well. Hoboken Lackawanna entrance closed because of flooding. Please use the Hudson Street entrance on the entrance between the bus terminal and New. Wow. Working from home until the new year. Yeah. Aren't you glad you don't have to deal with this path situation? Ooh. Again, Hoboken is a low lying area as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there was probably some street flooding there in Hoboken. Or back in the News 12 days, we had the Lincoln Tunnel camera, and you were able to spin it around to see. Our camera was up here towards the top of Park Avenue, right at the top of the helix, or the turn into the tolls. But you were able to shoot down into this section of Hoboken here, and every now and then you catch some flooding in on Park Avenue, but Washington Street and so forth. I mean, it's a low lying area. That's crazy that there's actually a university in Hoboken. I mean, it's just I just it blows my mind that there's a college that's there. It's just kind of think there's any cameras there. Although there should be. The closest you're going to get is this in Jersey City. And it says Hoboken floods out on a sunny day. You're right about that. Yeah. 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 I hear you. Hmm. Because these are not, I mean, Sunny Avenue. There is a camera at Secaucus Road, but they don't put it on the website. Uh, so let's continue on with our quest. Go to the MTA here because I think we're going to wrap up here in about 2 minutes. Ooh, 90 minutes now. 23 A, B, L, R, and W. It's like an eye chart. Southbound 23 delays that remove the train mechanical problems from service at Times Square 42nd. No street entrance flooding at the street level. Howard Beach JFK Airport at the A line. Look for that. Avenue bound L trains are delayed. We'll investigate what caused the train's brakes to activate at 6th Avenue. Go to the rails now. I have some delays. The Babylon branch, 809 from Penn to Babylon is because of high volume of customers traveling. Well, geez, that's in play. Suspended. Long Beach branch service suspended both ranks between Long Beach and Penn Station. Weather-related signal trouble along the branch. Wow. Just posted 10 minutes ago. Wow. Okay. We've got delays, weather-related conditions 10 to 15 on the New Haven branch. Danbury is suspended because of multiple downed trees with the wind now. New Canaan, that's pretty much across the board. Got Harlem delays, weather conditions 10 15. So if you're traveling by rail, how these winds pick up. But again, for my New Jersey Transit friends, careful of using that Morrison Essex line. It's kind of like going through the Black Forest in Germany, where it's just shrouded in trees there. Gladstone branch as well. That's notorious for going down the drain. With down all it takes is one small branch to be laying on the wire, and that wipes out everything. You're done. You're finished. So, uh, um, yeah. So give yourself some extra travel time if you're flying. If you're headed out, actually, if you're flying, I say that now. Take a look, see if there's any flight delays here at 9 o'clock. And no, we're in the green across the board. So that's good news. Let's do one last and final check of our observation list. See what that's. You can see slowly these temperatures are slowly coming down now. Newark at 51. We were at 54 just a few minutes ago. I got 50 now in central Jersey. So we lost 4 degrees here in the last 90 minutes. 7 at Kennedy, 48 LaGuardia, 50 at Teterboro. Um, Still warm out in the East End, 56 at Montauk, 54 in East Hampton, 55 at Block Island. It's crazy. Connecticut, 50 in Bridgeport, 52 in New Haven. Head to the Hudson Valley. We were at Monticello now dropping to 42. Tipsy's at 55, so we lost a couple degrees there, but we're at 57. As that push of that colder air is slowly sinking in here this morning. Chicago is. On Illinois. It's currently -7 in Chicago. Pascagoula, Ohio, for my buddy Rick Conti, Rick Corvette Conti. Follow him on YouTube. -6 in Pataskala, Ohio, just outside of Columbus. Hear the wind now coming through the windows. Watch out. Ladies and gentlemen, watch out. It's actually here in Central Jersey. It's actually gotten awfully dark out all of a sudden. Maybe this is one of those squalls that may potentially come through, as Mr. Rocco has mentioned. Those. Wow. What is that? It's like an eye chart. Oh my goodness. So as you can see here, the temperatures again, look at this 56. I mean, look at Boston. Look at Boston. It's damn near 60 degrees in Boston. Just outside the Boston metro area, it's 59 degrees. That is crazy. In Norwood, at Norwood Memorial Airport in Massachusetts, it's 59 degrees. How insane is that? Where you think it's going to be a lot colder, where you're thinking the cold air is, forget it. I mean, maybe there's some chillier conditions up towards the main area, but Vermont, New Hampshire, look at this, 50, 49. Upstate New York, where they usually get buried in snow for right now. It's coming, cold weather, obviously, but 45, 48, 50 in Albany. It's insane. Absolutely bonkers that it's almost 60 degrees here on December 23rd outside of Boston. South shore of Connecticut, again into the 50s over there. 50 in Sussex County Airport. But you can almost, You can almost follow the cold air, right? I mean, look at this. You can see the sharp cutoff here. Look, Elmira is at 40, 38, 41, but just on the west of it's 32. But then as you go to State College, already below freezing here at 28. This is the cold air line right in here. You can just follow it, you know, into the upper 30s to 40s here throughout eastern Pennsylvania. But western, look at this, Pittsburgh in single digits now at 7, 3, 1. I mean, these are all single digit numbers here through West Virginia and into eastern Ohio. We still haven't made it, the cold air still hasn't made its way in towards DC and Delaware and in towards Maryland. Uh, it's just ridiculous how cold this air is. This is insane. Temps in Kentucky. Let's see if we bring that in. Temperature at 8:55 Eastern Standard Time is -4 at Stuart Powell Field Airport in Kentucky. Bowling Green, home of the Corvette assembly plant, is -2. That's the air temperature is -2. Holy cow. Anna says -9 in Pella, Iowa. Yeah. Anna says the feel like in Pella is -33. I can't even process this type of cold. Alexander is born in the winter, so I envy those born in the summer, including Aaron, including myself too. I'm born in the summer as well. This is like what I experienced in Finland a couple of years back, and the air temperature was -11 or something like that. I don't even remember. It was ridiculous. But look how far south this cold air gets. I mean, we're at single digits throughout, negative numbers in Tennessee. I mean, Nashville's at 0. There are places where you're thinking that it's usually warm. I mean, come on, let's get with this now. That it's Hattiesburg, Mississippi. It's now currently 19 degrees. And this is where you get into that situation with those iguanas, like in Florida, where they start falling from the trees because they're cold blooded. So look at this. We're down to the freezing mark in New Orleans. 27 degrees at New Orleans International. I mean, that is unheard of cold temperatures. I mean, are these numbers right? Right from the National Weather Service. Why would I have to doubt it? But that up. It takes a second for it to come up. That's a little bit better. So there's your air temperature. Brownsville, Texas is below freezing. 28 degrees now currently in Brownsville International Airport. 28 degrees at 8:05 Central Standard Time. That's insane. I mean, look at this. I mean, we're into the teens throughout just about all of Texas. That's just bonkers. It blows my mind that it's that cold. But that pocket of warm air in Florida is still going to keep everybody nice and toasty warm down here in South Florida. Miami at 70. They're like freezing. Are you kidding me? But as that sweeps on through, you would imagine this section, northern Florida into Orlando and so forth, Walt Disney World, I would imagine that's going to get fairly chilly in the next couple of hours. Because you can already start to see Montgomery, Alabama at 20, 28, Andalusia, Alabama, 26. Already in the panhandle of Florida, we're looking at temps below freezing and slowly creeping to the east. I wouldn't be surprised Tallahassee hits the freezing mark here in the next hour or so. Look at most of Georgia is below freezing here. Macon, Georgia coming in at 28. Still warm air in Savannah at 55. But North Georgia is into the teens already. Single digits on the opposite side in Alabama. South Carolina now slowly getting into the freezer here, below freezing throughout Columbia. And as we make our way up towards North Carolina, Western North Carolina, Blue Ridge Mountains, it's just frigid, single digits there. As you approach into Charlotte. Mooresville at 30. There's Charlotte at 34. Still the coast east. It still hasn't made its way to the east. We're almost into the 60s here through Myrtle Beach and Wilmington. That's we're going to get here, but may not be until this afternoon. Western portions of Virginia in the single digits. Same thing with West Virginia. So you can kind of really see where the setup is. Look at this. It's on the Gila National Forest. That's where Darley had one of her shows. It's 1. To the east of that, it's 23. Falling rapidly. Rapid freezing. It's just insane what these temperatures are. It's fascinating. Fascinating. Argument. Let's go into the wind chill numbers. Look at these wind chills. Look at the wind chills here in Columbus, Pataskala, Ohio, minus 34. That's what the wind chill is. Chicago. Chicago's got a wind chill of minus 37. Disgusting. Wow. Bowling Green, minus 27. And these are wind chills, not air temperatures, wind chills. Minus 4, Alabama, down towards Brownsville, Texas. They have probably no idea how to handle this kind of cold weather. Probably, I would imagine no one really has a jacket. Feels like 16 in Brownsville, Texas. Wow. The wind chills in Tallahassee make it feel 31. Eglin Air Force Base at 16. Going to Central Florida now. Feels like 0 in Atlanta with the wind chill. How deep that cold mass is coming down. Insane. Again, you can really see where the cold air is setting up. So let's come back to the tri-state here. Set this up. Wind chill is just starting to populate in here. Again, here at State College feels like 13. 0 to the west, minus 6. That's where it's right in here is where this cold front is now. Push some tin here and go to the enhanced radar. We're still on that mild end of it, but this is where this is that cold trough here, right in here. It's carved itself out. See, this is moving to the north and to the east and pushing all this warm and precip out of the way. They're getting a lot of through London, Ontario, Toronto, Hamilton, Grand Rapids, Detroit, probably seeing some snow on the back end of this. If there's anything that's going to kick in, it would be coming off of this as it makes its way north as these temps plummet. But it's just amazing. Widen this up. Look at the size of this area precip, and this is all your cold air. With cold air here, this bitterly frigid cold air, it can't hold the water. It can't hold moisture. So this is all just bone dry air. The humidity is probably like 5%. That's why there is no precip. There's precip on the west end of it, east end of it, but there it is. This is your wide. This is all this cold air sinking in from Canada all the way down into here. This whole section, we just slice it off, and all this is slowly moving this way as this system is moving out, dragging, bringing in all this cold air behind it. Yeah. So there we go. Little weather lesson from someone who's not a meteorologist, but again, as I said, following the meteorologists for ever. Tonight, 11, 21, 15. It starts to moderate after that, but all right, friends. I think we're kind of wrap it up now. We're just kind of, although we got quite a number of viewers still hanging with us here this morning. Just I think that's what I accidentally did yesterday, and I removed myself from the stream. So we are going to do this. Now we're back. We'll close out of those maps. I think things are a little bit easier to do. All right, friends. So thanks so much for dialing us in here on this Christmas Eve on this Friday. I'm wishing you, if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas Eve, Merry Christmas. Again, Happy Kwanzaa into next week. We probably won't be on Monday and Tuesday. Probably going to rejoin you on the 28th on Wednesday, but we'll see. See how this how it plays out. But again, if you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. Tri-State Traffic Show. Just type that into YouTube. Pass along to all your friends so we can get a couple more subscribers. I want to thank Alexandra, Anna, Connor, Loretta, everybody for joining us here on the Friday, the big broadcast. Also, our good friend Jon Rocco. Merry Christmas to him and his family for providing the forecast for us all year long. I want to thank our sponsors, Travels with Darley, and happy birthday, Dar. And also Jave Cave, Maxim Motor Cars, and Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery over there in historic Cranford, New Jersey. Again, I'm going to go see Ralph later on today. I'm going to get a couple pictures with my good friend Ralph and catch up with him. Hopefully, we will get together during his break. But again, he heads to Florida for about 2 months or so. Takes some well-deserved time off and enjoys the nice warm weather in Florida. So, but almost today, I almost feel like tonight and into tomorrow, you could probably leave the ice cream outside and probably be more efficient in freezing it than his blast freezers, right? So again, we thank Ralph for being with us since basically day one, which is amazing. So again, his hours of operation will be 11 to I say 11 to 4. Yeah, 11 to 4 tomorrow. It's interesting how we're picking up more viewers here coming into 9:30. Hmm. Uh the again YouTube channel, if we can set that up. Oh, I think that um bu- 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 shouldn't have shut down. That it's easier for the computer to because now you can see the picture looks a lot better and it seems like the lip sync isn't thing, but again, that's probably the computer, not so much the camera in the system. So now. All right. So again, celebrating Christmas. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thanks a lot for spending time with us here on this Friday and basically all year. Again, we'll be on before the new year, so we'll save the New Year's wishes till then. Have a fantastic Friday. Definitely drive safely. Be careful later on this afternoon. I think our precip kind of is going to shut off here and the winds will kick up. I think we have enough of a window, excuse me, where things are going to dry out. So I think that's great news as far as the forecast of all of this. It's continuing to be precip out there, and then the temperature drop, then we'd have a massive issue. Obviously, it would be snow, it wouldn't be rain, but I think we've got 2, 3, 4 hour window where we're going to kind of shut things off until this afternoon, 2, 3 o'clock, and then the temperatures are just going to crater. So hopefully the crews can get out there and put some I don't know if they can brine when it's going to be that cold or what, salt, sand, that kind of stuff. So again, hopefully we can get out there and do that. Just be careful getting into your car as well. Be careful coming down the stairs. The sidewalk could be, moderately slippery. And again, whatever you do, don't, if the door is locked, don't pour hot water on it. It's the last thing you want to do. That's back in the 70s or something like that, right? Just let it kind of thaw out and, be careful the next 24, 48 hours, check on the elderly, your neighbors and so forth. Make sure they all have heat. If you're in a big apartment complex, maybe crank up the heat as much as possible to keep as much of that heat inside of your apartment as you can, keep the heat cranking. But again, bundle up. It's really just this bitter cold for the weekend, and then into early next week, it'll just kind of moderate. And then into next week, like I said, next weekend, I think we'll be into the 50s. So we'll feel like spring again. So real roller coaster of weather. All right, friends, have a fantastic Friday and a great holiday this weekend. And we'll see you on Wednesday, everybody. Take care.